Hey guys, all right, so today we are talking about 2 tips or secrets from Neville Goddard that will help you manifest your specific person back, basically manifest anything you want. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. All right, so before we dive in case you are new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome as well. My name is Velez, and I'm here to help you manifest the life of your dreams, manifest a high self-concept where you know your worth and value, understand that you can have, be, and do anything that you want. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my videos. So before I dive in, I want to make a very quick announcement. Today, December 29th, is the only day that I am offering my lowest price ever that I will no longer ever offer again for my monthly coaching group, Manifest Your SP Back and Keep Them for Good monthly coaching group. The link is below. Today for 24 hours, starting December 29th at 6 a.m. Eastern Time, all the way to December 30th at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. You can join for that $49 a month price, where I have monthly coaching calls every month, obviously if I'm saying monthly, and we also have the vault where everything is stored. We also have podcasts and worksheets that I do every month. Right now I have, over almost 45 hours of content stored. So not to mention the support in the group. Everybody's fucking amazing in there. I respond in there 2 to 3 times a week as well. So you're getting constant support, reinforcement of all these things. Today is the only day I am jacking up the price because it's definitely worth more, and it's going to be going to $99 a month. So if you want to get in, I highly suggest you take advantage. You can cancel whenever you want, but you will never be able to join back at $49 again, because I'm never offering it that low rate again. Okay, so let's dive into this, because these are the mindset shifts to really help you become this master manifester, to really remind you what you're doing here, to really help you understand that you are the operant power so that you can manifest your specific person back. Again, remind you of what you're doing, what the long game is, and I'm just going to share them right away because they're amazing. First one is, you possess the power to alter your future. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You possess the power to alter your future. You are free to choose the concept you will accept for yourself. Therefore, you possess the power of intervention, the power which enables you to alter the course of your future. The process of rising from your present concept to a higher concept of yourself is the means of all true progress. The higher concept is waiting for you to incarnate it into the world of experience. This is from his book, The Power of Awareness. So let's break this down. What does this mean? Well, this means that all you're doing is controlling your future, which is a lot, i.e. you're the operant power, that whatever your mental diet has been, whatever your beliefs and assumptions have been when it came to you, your specific person, your self-concept in relation to them in the past, whatever that dominant, prominent story has been, the one you've resided in the longest, the state of rejection, the state of not good enough, that old self-concept, that old story, well, that was one track laid down and a reality that you experienced for yourself. So when you're altering your future, you're going within and you're choosing a different self-concept. You're choosing a new concept of yourself in relation to your specific person, and you're regurgitating it internally over and over again until it starts to sink in, until you start to know that new track of your future reality as more real to you than the past track of that reality. And that is what the work is. That is what inner work is. That is what reprogramming your mind is. It's no longer to say, this is what I know to be true, when it's been unfavorable and not manifesting the way that you desire. And instead you're intervening and you're choosing through conscious creation to say, no, this is who I am. This is what I get to have. This is what I'm experiencing. This is how SP thinks and feels about me too. And you persist in that, knowing this is my future track I'm laying down that will have to manifest because it is law. Okay, this is my other one that I wanted to share today. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention. The great secret is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention firmly and repeatedly focused on the feeling of the wish fulfilled until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. Okay, let's talk about that. So the whole point of living in the end, the whole point of being the version of you who's in the wish fulfilled is moving your state of being. It's becoming a new version of you. So we start thinking differently to reprogram our mind. Since our thoughts create our feelings, we're shifting states of consciousness. You're moving into a new reality where this is who you are right now, this moment. You're detaching from any old states, any old stories, any old beliefs and assumptions that kept your internal state in one that said, I'm not good enough, I can't have this, I'm not worthy, people leave me, etc., etc. So when he's talking about the feeling, it isn't that you have to feel excited and you have to feel joyous all the time. He's already said that this is not about emotions, this is about feelings of naturalness. That if you were someone who knew their worth and value when it came to your specific person, if you knew you were loved, wanted, and chosen, if you knew you were good enough, if you knew SP saw you this way too, who would you be? Well, you would be someone different. You wouldn't be the version of you who their dominant state of being is, oh, they don't want me. And then that version is always seeking evidence in their reality to support that. So the goal is when you're saturating your mind is you live there and you dwell there as much as you possibly can. And it can take time. Sometimes it can shift really fast internally and stick. And sometimes it can take a little bit longer, but you keep rinsing and repeating internally over and over. Who is that version? If I'm living this right now, who would I be? What would my experience be? What would it feel like to have this natural in my life? What would it feel like to know that this is who I am now rather than who I used to be? And you dwell there so much that you crowd out any other possibilities. Your brain won't hang on to old self-concept. Your brain won't hang on to and dwell and live in an old story anymore. This is why the repetition, like he said, is so critical, because without it, you will default to your natural old state. That I did it too. Every human does it. This is why you have to repeat over and over. You have to pay attention to your mind. You have to mentally shift yourself into this new version of you so you can start to know, well, who am I being right now? Am I being the version of me that doesn't know their worth and value? Am I being the version of me that doesn't feel good enough? Am I being the version of me that's thinking that SP's rejected me, I'm never going to get what I want because I'm never chosen? Well, if you're thinking that way, if you're assuming that way, then you are being that version. So you have to start thinking of a new story, and you're not going to be it immediately. You may for a minute here and there, but most of you, it'll take a lot of repetition to dominantly shift into that knowingness, into that version of you. But that's okay. That's what techniques are for. That's why you need to pay attention to your mind, and you just keep persisting in this new reality, in the new desired version of you who's living the life of your dreams with your SP, money, whatever. But this video, we're talking about SP. Also, the more you reside in that state of you being in the wish fulfilled, the 3D will have less power over you. The 3D triggers or old story or whatever you've manifested in your current experience that isn't desirable, it won't be able to pull you down because you'll believe, because you're being the version of you that's living in the end. So this is irrelevant. This won't have power over you. I mean, that is the fucking Sabbath. That's when you know, that's when you trust in this reality more than you trust in the one that's showing up in your physical 3D reality or your past reality. And that's really where you want to get to, because that's how you know it's done. We don't know it's done until we know it's done. You really can't fake it. You just have to keep moving your mind mentally into the version of you that knows it's done until you actually know it's done. So this is the shit we talk about in my monthly coaching group. Again, there's a shit ton of support. I really, I was like, I knew I was going to jack up the price and pretty much double it. I'm doing this with a lot of things. I'm coming out with new courses that are just even better than my old ones and more intense and longer and just a whole different vibe. But I wanted to give you guys one last opportunity to be able to join at $49 a month, because I'm only offering it for 24 hours because I'm closing out this year with old reality of that, and we're moving into the next year with, a bang. And I wanted to give you one last opportunity to get in on this price, because it will never, ever, 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 ever be offered again at this price. All right, guys, link is below if you read all about it. If you have any questions, you can certainly email my team, and I love you. I'll see you then. Bye.